coronavirus pandemic, the White House calling on Congress to pass hundreds of billions of dollars in help for Americans. Senate leaders set to respond at the top of the hour. Plus, with so many parts of the country shutting down, can America avoid...
Hey, what is going on, guys? If you are watching this, you're probably watching it from home. You're probably not at work. You are probably been asked by your job to stay in quarantine. Well, not in quarantine, but you've been asked to stay home, to stay away from social gatherings with more than 10 people. And unless you've been living under a rock, you know what's going on around the world, in Italy, and the things that are affecting you and your county that you live in. So I'm not going to be spending this whole video talking about that. However, I'm going to kind of talk about some updates on the truck, which are some really cool updates that I want to show you. And I apologize for the lack of videos lately, just because things have been going on. And but I have some time and a little bit of a break to talk about a few things. And the first thing I want to talk about is I hope everybody takes this opportunity to kind of understand how important it is to prep for things that can happen within a short period of time. And it doesn't have to be related to, you know, a viral outbreak or anything in particular. You know, I don't live with my parents, so I can't rely on them to make sure that we're okay. So for me, in my household, we have a 9-year-old and my fiance. She has been forced to work through this for now. As of this video, she works at a bank, and she's still forced to come in. She's still forced to deal with dirty money that people bring in. They don't allow her to wear gloves. They don't allow her to wear a mask. The health of their employees doesn't seem to be a high priority within the banking industry right now. Which is very interesting. However, you know, that could change at any point. But anyways, it was my responsibility to make sure that we had enough food, we had enough water, and jokingly, we did need some toilet paper, so we got plenty of that. So yeah, you know, it's just one of those things to where you don't really want to wait until something happens to actually do something, right? Because that's the worst time. I was lucky enough to where I was working from home when I started getting the warning signs of an impending type of panic or hysteria that was going to happen. So I did run out early in the morning hours before the rush got there after lunch, during lunch hours and rush hour. So I was able to take care of everything in the past week or so. Everybody restocked this morning, and I did go out and get some more things because, like, if you guys haven't paid attention, San Francisco's on a lockdown for a couple weeks. There's curfews being put into place, and I just think that it's a responsible thing to do as an adult to stay home and not, you know, chance exposing your family or yourself or others if you have it and you don't know you have it. Exposing your family members to things. So, you know, I think it's a good idea for everybody to take care of themselves and each other and just kind of be good people through this. Help each other out, help your family members, help your neighbors if they do need anything, but also be cautious, right? A big rule is to not let everybody know what you have, because then you become a target. So yeah, this video is not going to turn into that. If you guys are interested in hearing my opinions on something like that, let me know in the comments, and I can go ahead and continue talking about it. But this is kind of a lighter video because you're probably, you know, at home and you want to check out some videos. So this is some updates on my truck, and I'm going to show you guys the front end here. So if you guys notice, I have new Baja Designs Squadron Pro lights. So these are the Pro models, and if you remember before, I had the Sports, and the Sports have moved down to here. So I'm running the Sports down low, and of course the wheel and tire combo still looks really, really good. And if you guys notice, the rack is gone. I reached out to somebody on Facebook Marketplace that was selling a CVT tent And if you're not familiar with what CVT tents are, this is what it looks like right over here, folded out. So this is the Mount Shasta Summit version. It is in a camo. It isn't a cool color or like desert tan, which is what I wanted, but we got a stellar deal on it, and we're going to be using it for a long time, for traveling and camping. It fits almost 3 people inside the tent, so we'll have our dogs and us inside. I'll show you guys in another video. This folded out, it's super easy to pull out, but I had to take my rigid boxes off because the tent folds out to about here and the rigid boxes went up a little too high. So I'm gonna figure out something on this side, but for now I moved recovery boards on this side and I got my spare tire in here for now. And yeah, I think it looks really good. I'm super happy with it. Yeah, in another video I'll show you guys. Oh, another thing is, obviously, if you remember, I had lighting. So the bed lighting is still in here underneath. So I still had the lights for the cargo area. But I had to take the fog lights off on top of the roof rack. So the wiring is still intact. I just disconnected them. I did order some plugs to plug in the new fog lights. Now, interestingly enough, Amazon has halted all shipments and deliveries for non-essential items. However, I think my fog lights were on their way already, so I think I just got them in time. But basically, I ordered 4 pod lights, and the pod lights are going to be going in this channel right here on the truck. So I'm going to go to Home Depot eventually and get 2 little pieces of bar, or maybe 1 piece of bar, to extend it out and over here this way towards me. So I'll have the pods like out here, then I can aim them that way and I can aim them that way for floods out the side. So that's my plan. We'll see how that turns out. Outside of that, there's no major updates on the truck outside of everything is working well. We hit 11,000 miles on the truck, and I haven't had any type of major issues. Now, the only thing I did notice is I'm hearing some weird noise on like the trans occasionally, but I don't know if that's just always been there and I just haven't noticed it. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, I hope you guys pay attention to the news, but I hope you're smart about your decisions that you guys make. Just keep an eye on things. The biggest things that I recommend to people is keeping an eye on possible issues to where the media could cause a slight panic. You know, it can happen. It could be unintentional. It could be intentional. Who knows, right? You just have to be careful, and you have to make wise decisions on what you do when you go out, and how you prepare. I think within the next 48 hours, I think there's going to be some major announcements where everybody has to be careful, and they have to make decisions quickly, or you're going to find yourself in a really bad predicament. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want me and Julie to talk about anything in particular, just leave a comment below, and we'll try our best to get to it. Take it easy. Bye.